now I'm sad I didn't play Batroc on one. In fact, with that in mind, do I do this anyway since I'm a Shulau deck? Maybe I just do this since I'm a Shulau deck. I want to talk for a second about loudest complainer bias, or I don't know what the formal word for it is, but a very common sentiment is that Second Dinner has nerfed alliance rewards because the top rewards have been borders instead of variants. And for reference, when asked, Second Dinner commented that border rewards are actually one of the more desirable rewards based on their internal metrics that they have for tracking things like rewards people seek after and things like limited time game modes. So, from a personal perspective, I'm inclined to agree. I don't find borders a meaningful or interesting reward that drives me as a player. But I think there's a big misconception in the Marvel Snap community that, like, everybody feels the same way, and it should just be widely accepted that borders are bad and not a prize anybody's interested in. And I think that really couldn't be further from the truth. There are a very real segment of players who enjoy acquiring and collecting borders. You want a Maverick, my kitty. I think I leave myself flexibility. Loud minority. People who are happy, just because someone's complaining doesn't mean that they're a minority, but people who are happy don't complain typically, I think is the best way to put it. It doesn't automatically mean that you're in a minority group if you're complaining, but people who are happy are being quiet about the fact that they're happy. Generally speaking. Oh, this Batroc on Mojo World kind of fucks me, huh? If anything moves. Nobody move. Yes, I'm not playing Silk Out, is what it comes down to. Yes, it's very similar with things like Google reviews. People don't leave reviews when they're happy with something, generally speaking. It's why places often give you some nominal incentive to go leave a positive review if you have a good experience and you comment to them that you have a good experience. I typically do my best to make it and explicit and intentional to leave good reviews, especially for small businesses when I have a good experience. The 1.01 billion in operating profit from the Wizards division constituted the bulk of the company's entire operating profit of 1.14 billion, with Wizards pulling an eye-watering 46% operating margin. God, I got punished for this again. No, it's fine. We just do this on the open again, right? That's fine. When Wizards of the Coast got a new CEO some amount of years ago, he came in with the goal of doubling Wizards' profit every year for 5 years in a row, and I believe he's been succeeding at that goal, if I understand correctly. Also, bad news for people that hate the Magic the Gathering Beyond or whatever universes as it's called. There was a comment from one of the recent Wizards things that the best-selling Magic sets in history have been Final Fantasy, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and then some other universes beyond what are 1, 2, and 3 right now. Lord of the Rings was the third. Yep. Has the Marvel set launched yet? Did the Marvel set underperform those other three, or is it not out yet? I don't follow Magic news. It doesn't launch until June. Okay. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. Do 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 do. Oh, there was a Spider-Man specific set that launched already, but there's something else coming. Okay. Good boy, Cosmo. I mean, good girl. So, this reminds me of a YouTube comment that made me roll my eyes earlier today. Someone left me a YouTube comment letting me know that Stardust is female, and then they responded to their own comment with, but also Stardust has been male and they, them at different points in the comic history as well. And it's just like, I understand getting gendering things appropriately is important, but like in these comic worlds, like literally everyone has been everything at basically most fucking points. So like trying to like be like, oh, you got the character's gender wrong when like they've been all of them is like, come on now. Especially when like you follow up your own comment with Cosmo's another one of those, right? Like she's portrayed as female in the MCU, but definitely a male character in a number of others. All right, I need the most help over here, yeah? That has to be a I'm done playing this match stay, yeah. No, you stayed thinking you could win it. You're gonna play 2 to 10? Seriously? Those are some of the most puzzling stays to me. Like, if I don't think there's anything wrong. And for the record, this is the type of stay because it's not just sweating. It means they're really terrible at the game. Because I don't prefer to sweat in Conquest, but I don't think there's anything wrong with people who want to, right? Like, it's playing the game mode as intended. But like, if you want to play this out, like, did you really think you were winning the game we played before this one? Like, it's very obvious they were cooked, right? So like, if you're going to sweat, why wouldn't you leave that game that you've obviously lost so you could have 4 cubes to sweat in the next one? Like, that's the problem. From a logical, I'm doing everything I can to win this match perspective, it makes no sense. Yeah, that's a good point. It could be the I never give up, I never surrender type nonsense. I just like to see more turn 6s, sure, but as someone who just likes to see more turn 6s, you're not staying in games like this where you're 2 to 10 either, right? That's the difference. It's not the stay that's confusing, it's the stay in tandem with I'm gonna play 2 to 10 after that I find confusing. This is only giving 3. Yikes. I guess it's giving 6, technically. Could be cooked. I think they have the hardest time competing on the left, so I'm gonna put the most points there. Or most points on the right, I mean. Yeah, they're at 31 over there. Rip. Oh, Drax gets bigger! Look at him! Winning the game! And he doesn't move because he can't beat the Venom. So he gets bigger, and then he stays put. He did a thing! He was a 310, chat. Look at our 310. Who's a good little 310? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. What a legend. He deserves some ice for that background. Maybe someday. How is Drax felt so far? He's a playable 3 energy set stick. Yeah, he seems like he's likely going to be best in slot in Aurora decks. So if you like Aurora as a card and you like your decks to be optimal. This was one of the handful of non-Aurora decks that had reasonable numbers. So we're checking that out. That Esbe? Oh, you know, I should have played this somewhere else to try and hit the Silk again so that way I get Hydro Stomper bigger. Aurora's been my favorite card, my favorite new card for the past 2 months at least. She makes a lot of neat decks. And she's my favorite 6-drop in the game, not close. Welcome to Marble Snap, where all the energy costs are made up. We're having a fire sale, chat. Everything must go. Everything must go. Go, go. I would assume that triple Elysium heavily favors my opponent's deck. Especially when they keep drawing extra cards. Christ. They blinked their keg and then got it back out. It's so obnoxious. Three years! I'm getting old! Thanks for being the best Snap creator around. Thanks for being around for almost the entire journey, Quiznet. Appreciate the continued support. I have a Shulao the cat, yeah? Kitty cat. No meow 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 and no meow meow meow. I guess I get 3 more next turn. So maybe I was supposed to wait. I like that having to play around Cosmo though. Is this enough over here? I'm not sure if this is enough over here. It should be, yeah, because they have it. This will add 12, 16. No, it's actually not enough. Math and stuff. Hey, Full Metal Cypher. Thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate that. How do I get a link for a deck list I put together? You want to upload it to a community site such as Untapped or Snap.fan. You can paste it in there. Yeah, I don't think I want to tie the right. I think I want to be one of the right. I don't know that I necessarily arrived at the optimal combination of things here, but I'm happy with it. I'm going to be honest, I don't want to sweat against Irisham, so we took their 4 cubes. I'm going to give them the ticket to go away, and we'll go to the next one here. All right, this seem competitive. I'm going to run to the restroom while we take an ad break, but we'll definitely jam some more of this when we get back. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be playing a number of hours of Marvel Snap this afternoon, so if you enjoy it, make sure you're hanging out. If you're watching on the YouTube side, make sure to tap the like button on whatever you're watching right now. If you enjoy the Snap content there 7 days a week, I'll even remember to turn off the auto ads now. Chat, I am in my office with a sweater on and like occasionally running my space heater when it gets chilly beyond that. And my 10-year-old is sitting out there in the greater part of the basement with just like no shirt on. Just chilling, you know, in the literal and figurative sense. Buckeye, thank you for the 10 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Average 10-year-old. That's because it's probably because he still has circulation left in his extremities. Lucky kid. Catch up to him. That'll catch up to him eventually. It's actually hilarious that you can't make this stuff up yet. After revising the 2025 jobs numbers down like 500,000, they announced today that they had a stronger than expected 130,000 jobs added in the US last month. I would ask if they think we're stupid, but the answer is yes. A lot of them are very stupid. I'm gonna Cosmo here because they could be a magic deck with Sunspot, and if they're a magic deck, they're gonna want a magic Cudlin away from me. Oh my goodness! Merci! My Cosmo, best girl in the world, deserves all the pets. My opponent's Cosmo, absolute fucking villain. Worst dog you've ever met, deserves to be put down. Yes, airing on the side of Cosmoing the side, so that way if they Grandmaster or whatnot, has value as well. I think I'm Cosmoing this turn, yeah? And then because of Mercury, Fin Fang Foom actually can't move here. Which is pretty good for us. What was the last card I played? It was Kitty, wasn't it? I needed to because of the Silk Ordering. That's sad, though. That's fine. This is good. This works. I think this works. Yet if I move Cosmo from the right, they can Zola there. We need Cosmo for the center here, unfortunately. Oh, shit. God damn it, Drax. This is the deck everybody's complaining about, right? Yeah? Just so we're clear. Fin Fang Foom has definitely played out to be better than I was expecting him to. That card is a lot more useful than I initially envisioned. That's actually a really interesting thought that I've not heard anyone else express before, Deaver. I've been playing Thanos in part to negate Fin Fang Foom. I really like that consideration. Because, yeah, a deck, Thanos fills your board with cheap things that insulate against Foom. And that's one of the reasons why I really like Foom's design overall. Compared to, you know, a card like Shang-Chi that doesn't have a build-around requirement. Is that not only is there the you have to be able to get 7 energy requirement with Foom, but you also what's it called? You also your opponent can position around it. Opponent is cooking with illegal substance. Opponent isn't cooking shit, chat. They're playing Irishim. think we're dead. The Batrocs and Silk are kind of awkward. Once again, we're going to beat the Aeroship player in the first game and then move on with my life. It's just not particularly fun. Just let them know we could beat them if we wanted to, but we really don't want to. Hey, Jeff, have you given up on the ladder in general? What could second dinner do to get you to play the ladder again? Really? There are two reasons why I play Conquest over the ladder. The first is that I like to see a turn 6, so the ladder really needs to have a gameplay mode where you're not actively punished for actually wanting to play the game. It's really boring that when both players are good, it's optimal for someone to retreat in like 95% or more of ladder games. The second is that there's no bots in Conquest. Playing against bots on the ladder is incredibly dry and uninteresting. I think I'm getting Drax down this turn. I think there's a chance they play a 5+ power thing. Narrator, they were never going to play a 5+ power thing. This is such an incredibly real and good comment from Slingdinger in the chat. I've hit Infinite every season for 3 years, and I thought I was falling out of love with Snap, but it turns out I was just unhappy playing the ladder. Yup. And that's, you know, that goes back to the advice I always give. It's not just if you're unhappy playing the game, play something else. It's play something else or play the game in a different way. So they're also a Shulao deck. How big is my Shulao? 12. So Shulao is 20 wherever I put it. I think it's this. It's close though. Why doesn't Drax work against Dark Dimension, chat? He should have hopped to the center and won us the game. That's so sad. It's so sad. Give me a 2-drop. Three, 4, 5. At least it destroyed Adelan. Glass half full. Don't kill my kitty. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Gambit. I mean, all things considered, this is the best possible draw this deck could ever have into this location, yeah? We hit the kitty, and then we hit the Maverick, and we have the Shulao? Just hope they don't have Wong Odin. They're a regular discard deck. They're not doing Wong Odin stuff. And this Shulao is worth like 30 points. The big do boy. Pew pew pew. Do. Drax would have been good that game if we drew him earlier. Drax on the Mercury turn would have been a 10 power 3 drop. Is all you could really ask for out of him. I think it's Silk into Craven Batroc next turn. Makes my what's it called a little bit worse by Shulao, but really gets point scaling on the board, which is nice. I hate everything. Work sucks, I know. Left the collapsed mine by the stairs. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. So what's the saying? Man plans, brood laughs. There's been a lot of Mojo World, which has not been particularly stellar, for being honest. How toxic are we, chat? Is very the answer? Call me Brittany, baby. Okay, so when I play Hydra Stomper, Drax is getting +3. This could also be +9, but that would give Drax, that would make Drax bigger. Who was my last played card? Mercury. This takes me to 21, 25, but they go to 23. And then this is big enough to beat Drax here, yeah? I believe I am beating their Drax getting +3. Did I math that wrong? How did I math that wrong? Oh! I know what I did. No, I counted the Cravens. I missed Lake Hollis on the Batroc. I counted the Batroc as 10 in the center when it was only 8. Is what I did wrong. I added 2 to this, but really it was just staying the same when it pulls off of here. If you go back and listen to me count, I said technically with the Cravens, but the Cravens are a wash. I missed. That's where the 2 points I missed came from. Dance, saw you doing some early stream of the day. Hope you had a good one. Gamers, you're Hooglandia regular, not my dances. Always hanging out here in chat, but they make content as well. I read them periodically. Give them a follow if you're looking for some other Marvel snappers that color outside the lines. I think there's a chance these squirrels might be in danger, chat. That's funny right there. All right, turns out they're just wasting my time doing alliance missions. Which is one of the downsides. It's kind of like the equivalent of hitting a bot in Conquest, is finding someone wasting your time doing alliance missions. Oh my goodness. Do you want to hear the funniest, dumbest reason speculated for why they shut down the airspace around El Paso, chat? Quote, earlier this week, anti-drone technology was launched near the southern border to shoot down what appeared to be foreign drones. The flying material has turned out in reality to be a party balloon, sources have said. The Pentagon used a high-powered laser to shoot a party balloon out of the sky. I guess there's only 98 red balloons now. I guess there's only 98 red balloons, Shep. Which again is just a good reminder that in addition to being deeply racist and awful people, Donald Trump and co. are also deeply incompetent on top of it all. It's not just racism, they're also fucking terrible at their jobs. The racism's pretty bad. Also, not giving an excuse on that one. It's just in addition to that, you know. Oh, I liked my extra energy. Sedge. I'm going to end on Stomper to give myself flexibility with Shulao. So their Drax is going to relocate. Yep. Which means I'm winning Castle Blackstone. It's a tie! Sedge. Sedge. Oh, are we cooked? You think we lose the center, yeah? Ah, by 1 point. If I would have taken the other line, we would have won, yeah? If I would have moved the shield center and played Kitty on the right? Yeah. Because Silk would have stayed. I guess that would have lost to them playing Doom center, though, yeah? So it's kind of a wash it away. Who could have predicted that putting an alcoholic Fox News host in charge of Secretary of Defense would have ended this way? It's hard to know, really. Nobody could have possibly predicted this. Probably not going to be a Shulao game. kitty. No kitty, no Kate. This works with Drax the way I want it to, yeah? Like 90% sure? All right, Mobius doesn't matter. Negative zone working against Drax. I mean, it was neutral there, right, Steric? They were both -3. Shulao actually ends up being +9 here still, which is fine, I suppose. Oh, wow. And super giant means that my Shulao actually doesn't give +9 here. It means it only gives +6. I'm technically not playing cards the last turn. It still gives 9? He counts under Sugi on turn 6. All right, let's find out. Interesting. That's so weird. I would not have expected it to work that way. Because it doesn't count underneath Supergiant otherwise, right? Or is he different than Theta? If they Supergiant your turn 5 and you put 2 cards out under Supergiant, does Shulao count that at the end of the game? No, I would not expect that to work that way given how Theta interfaces. It sounds like either Theta or Shulao is bugged if he counts things played under. He always counts under Supergiant. Weird. It's because Theta is end of turn, and he's no. That's inconsistent and bad. You can't talk me out of it otherwise. That's bad. That shouldn't. One of those 2 cards should work the other way. This was fun and competitive. Shulao continues to still be a very good card. Drax, Avatar of Life, pretty firmly developed opinion on him for both experience playing and with him and looking at the data. He's just a very replaceable, forgettable 3-drop. If you look at this deck and you're like, Jeff, I have every card other than Drax, Avatar of Life. Can I play this deck still? The answer is absolutely yes. Like, basically every other higher series card here is more important than Drax, and Drax can be literally any tech card or reasonable 2 or 3 that works in with your movement sub-theme. To all of the people who are trying to explain to me functionally what is different here, I don't care that the timing windows are different. I don't care that there are 2 cards versus 2 or more. It's literally just counting, did you play cards during a turn? And it's inconsistent and bad that for this card, playing cards under Supergiant counts as having played them, and for Thena, it doesn't count. That's inconsistent and bad. If they're both looking for did you play cards, they're checking at different windows of time, and they're checking for different amounts. One is exactly 2 versus 2 or more, but if putting cards into play while Supergiant's effective active counts as playing cards for Shulao, it should absolutely count as playing cards for Thena. The mechanical thing there that is inconsistent is we're not counting. It clearly works that way because of a pay-to-win agenda, something like that. It should either count for both or count for neither. All right, have an ad roll, chat.